Hi everyone, this is Of the Bits DLC. This is part 2 of our E3 analysis, which is both late and not live, honestly.
We're not together.
No, yeah, we're completely apart, as we've said. So, Microsoft is what we're talking about now. So, sort of first initial thoughts before we go into the particular games?
Okay. Well, they did. It was quite long. They had a lot to show as well.
It was very lengthy, wasn't it? Yeah.
Some of it was filler, but you know.
Yeah. I felt that. We'll go into it later. What I felt was filler. I thought they did the good old thing of they let the sort of the developers or like design directors talk about their own games.
Oh, they don't usually. Yeah. They do.
Yeah, which I think it's good in some cases. Like.
Oh yeah.
You've got people who are obviously passionate about the games and all, and that's always good. But in other cases, you know, like people who develop games aren't really natural performers. So
you've got people that have never spoken to like 3 people at a time.
Yeah, which is a bit it makes it interesting. Like which we'll talk about later, the Unravel guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he said
that was EA.
Yeah, we'll definitely touch on that. That was. What's that EA?
Yeah, we'll talk about that one in the EA podcast.
Oh, I see. Alright. So, we'll start out with Halo. We had a big... Yeah. We had a big Halo reveal, or not even really a big Halo reveal. There was a big sort of lead up.
And, I think it was a big reveal.
We can talk about the multiplayer first. There's a cool new multiplayer game mode, which, I mean, I think it looks quite cool. It's sort of a player versus environment kind of thing.
So, it's called Warzone, and it's... So your fight. There's 2 teams, but then there's a whole bunch of. First, the guy was talking about how there were bots, but then I was wary. But when he says bots, he means like the grunts and and
the Covenant.
elites and Covenant and Forerunners and all these different aliens that come into the fight in mid-battle, and there's like vehicles. It is that I can see why it's called Warzone. I'm just so excited for that. That looks sick. And
it does look quite cool.
I don't understand completely how it works yet, but
I think it's sort of like a King of the Hill thing, where the aliens will spawn somewhere and try to hold down a position, and then the players will have to go and kill the aliens and take the position for their team.
Yeah, I've seen more than one mode. I think there's that one, and then there's one where it starts off as team deathmatch, and then goes into something else, and then goes into something else, and then all these other creatures are just sort of around.
That's quite cool. If you just have to kill them for bonuses, that's alright.
I don't understand why this hasn't been done before. Like it's so simple.
There's similar stuff that's been done before. Like think like player versus environment, mix of player versus player is like think about League has it. Like most MOBAs have it. Like the jungle.
That's part of it being a MOBA. I mean, like a proper like war sort of like.
Yeah.
I mean, Call of Duty had dogs, if that counts.
I know. I'm not sure if that counts, but they're kind of just like stage hazards, aren't they? The aliens.
Yeah.
So we had the single player, or the single player actually came first. Just we're talking about it second because I have strong feelings about it.
So it's the lesser news. Yeah.
So I mean, you
can tell that they're heavily pushing this Spartan Lock versus Master Chief.
Yeah, they're pushing the story really hard, but literally, like, that entire demo, they did almost nothing.
I mean, to be fair, we did watch that demo right after we watched the Doom one, and it just, I couldn't, I was comparing it.
Yeah, but when you're comparing shooters...
But by itself, I thought it was, like, graphics looked sick, it looked like a normal Halo game, and I like the teammates and stuff. They all
Nathan Fillion was there, which is nice.
Yeah, that was weird.
But honestly, first off, people on stage playing the game, not a huge fan.
Were they playing it?
Yeah, there were people playing, and then it was like the Division one where they were talking to each other as well, which
was that in game or was that actually them?
I think
it was in game. Oh no. It was like in-game, but voice chat of them.
Yeah. I think from my memory that's what it was. I might be wrong, so not entirely sure.
Yep, but they didn't. But apart from that, they didn't show too much from Halo. I mean, it's understandable because I guess people can play it on the show floor at E3, so there's probably loads of videos and stuff out. But I'm just so excited for Warzone. After playing the beta, now knowing about this Warzone, that's so sick.
Yeah, that does look quite cool. But just
I can't wait to get it.
I couldn't go over the single player. Just like they effectively showed no gameplay. Maybe you are right. It is because it's after we watched Doom, where Doom was literally all gameplay. But it's a video game, like. that's what we want to see. We want to see gameplay, and we saw basically nothing.
I went and watched it back, and I thought, oh, okay, this is obviously the beginning part. This looks alright. It looks like a normal Halo campaign. I'm just hoping that there's a bit in the campaign that's as big as Warzone.
Oh yeah, I mean, they always do in Halo games. Like, think about Scarab fights and stuff like that. So.
And now I'm pretty sure that I'm getting Xbox One.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting Xbox One, then I went back to on the fence, but now I'm back on Xbox One.
I mean, that's something to discuss later, but I am absolutely getting a PS4
yeah, because there's
for sure. I mean, that for reasons that we'll talk about later on. So,
well, Halo 5 is one of my reasons.
Yeah, that's fine. So, after Halo, we had Fallout. They pretty much just showed us what we'd already seen in Bethesda.
Why did they do that? That was
so I mean, they pretty much showed us exactly the same stuff we saw in the the Bethesda conference.
They announced mods. That was sick.
They said that there were going to be mods on Xbox One, which is an incredibly good move. Like, that is really smart, because Fallout is one of the biggest games for mods, like, by far, and that'll give Xbox the edge for sure.
I don't know. You get I think you get number 3 when you buy number 4.
Oh yeah. That goes into the backwards compatibility stuff
on
we'll
Xbox.
talk about.
Yeah.
But
I remember that in the show, the guy was like, now with Xbox compatibility, you can play number 3 on Xbox One. And everyone was confused. Everyone was just clapping like,
are you meant to be getting us hyped for something?
Is he just finding out about this now? But then he pulled out
we can finally play the last one.
Yeah, but then he pulls out that number 3's coming with number 4, so that makes sense.
Yeah, they've done that with quite a lot of stuff. So,
Bayonetta, so it only makes sense.
We need to discuss about compatibility. It's obviously good. It's something that really should come with consoles at release. Like,
yeah, but after they said that they weren't doing it, and now that they've pulled out the bag that they are, that's just pooed on PS4 so much.
Yeah. PS4, the Sony have no plans to develop it for PS4 either. Which is
but no. They say that, but after Xbox has done it, watch out next year. Yeah, of course they will.
Yeah.
Once one of them's done something and thrown a slur out, like, we're doing it for free.
And
the other one's obviously going to be like, oh.
Yeah, but, I mean, they are sort of, the catalogue for it at the moment is very restrictive. Like, there aren't that many games you can play on it right now. And what I found weird...
Isn't it? It's every game.
No, it's not every game. It's not.
Are you sure?
It's only about 100 games right now.
He said that whatever disc you have. Oh, yeah, you're right. I remember them saying that. They need to get the devs' approval, and then they'll go. So
they're working.
Hopefully,
I think they're working towards getting most of them, but right now it's not that many. And the thing is, like, what struck me in the presentation was he was like, "Right, we're going to show you some backwards compatibility in action," and they show Mass Effect. And thing is, Mass Effect 2 was also on Xbox 360. So why show Mass Effect 1? Because that game looked like crap. Yeah, it was running at like 4 frames per second.
I mean, it was mostly just to show
terrible.
Like how you can use all the new features like the
to show you can share stuff and that.
Shot in and stuff like that. That's basically what it was
for.
But
seriously, like, do not. Why would they choose Mass? Choose like View Pinata or something, because Mass Effect looked so terrible.
Yeah.
Just graphically,
this thing with the devs' approval, I'm wondering, like, because like a lot of groups a lot of developers are doing stuff like, number 3 comes with number 4, and the Handsome collection for Borderlands and stuff like that. So what would be the point of all these remakes if you can just play the old ones and the new ones? So that's why I'm wondering that not all devs are going to approve their games to be backwards compatible.
Yeah, because they want people to buy the
remaster.
That's a good point. So
maybe I'm guessing most of them will be on, but not all.
Yeah. So
I didn't think about that, you know.
Yeah, that's a good thought. So after backwards compatibility, we got the new IP. We got Recore, which it was a cool little trailer. It was I can't really think of what it would be. Probably. I mean, I assume she's got a gun, so it looks like a third-person shooter. But maybe with quite a bit of like platforming, feeling something like Ratchet and Clank, maybe.
Yeah. But I'm seeing like an adventure sort of shooter thing.
Yeah,
it looks pretty
interesting art style. Nice.
There's definitely going to be puzzle solving in it, because you can.
For sure.
That orb thing goes into a whole like the dog and
a whole bunch of robots.
And that robot, and then at the end you see like the spider and all the other robots. Yeah. So it's going to be like a transformation.
I had quite an interesting thought that it would be nice if you played as the core dog thing.
at points.
No. If you exclusively played as the core dog and like your main mission was to defend the girl, I think that'd be alright. That'd make a good game. I think.
I doubt that's what it is. But
No. I highly doubt it, but that would be interesting. I think. Like if you've got to sort of get her to call you into different stuff and then defend her in different ways through that. I think that'd be really interesting, but it wouldn't happen.
Defend defenseless people. That gets my nerves.
Yeah, that's why it wouldn't happen. Most people hate escort games.
Yeah. I hope it's co-op as well. That'd be fun. One of you play as the robot.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe it would be sort of like you control the dog as well. So
yeah. But it was just a little trailer. I'm guessing it's still early in. Yeah. When did it say when it was coming out?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just a 2016 kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm glad that the creators of Metroid Prime on it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for good things.
Yeah. The thing is though, with sort of games that are focused around two people, you generally feel more attached to the person you're not when you don't get to play as them. It's better to only control one of the duo than to control both of them or whatever.
Aside now, do you think at the end of the game this orb thing is gonna die?
Oh yeah, of course. It's a game with two characters. Look at them all. One of them's gonna die. Actually, no spoilers actually. But I can think of maybe like one or two where they don't both die. But in the vast majority, one of them dies. Yeah,
and even in the trailer, it sort of dies for a couple of seconds. Yeah. She just puts the orb in another thing.
It sacrifices itself.
I just thought, do you think that this orb thing is just like a disposable thing? Do you think it can die and you can just find another one and it's not even that much of an important character?
Really? Oh, that would be interesting.
That might be like a little mechanic in it. Like it's so deep, and then you can just throw it away and get a new one whenever. Really,
just crush it.
Yeah.
You need to care for it.
Because even the evil ones had orbs in them as well. But
they had red orbs though. That means they were bad.
Yeah. Well, good thing you got that. Maybe you can get the red orbs, and then when you capture them or whatever, they turn into blue orbs. Maybe you could have more than one.
You can have like 700 orbs. You can be a master of that spider army.
That'd be sick. Got Pokemon.
So after Recall, we had Tomb Raider. So
it was fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it was climbing. It was Uncharted.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
The character models, the character models look really, really great. Like the character models look absolutely fantastic. But other than that, like I would kind of expect more from a next gen console, and I expect more from Square Enix as well. Like because like a lot of the ice surfaces, the textures were bad. They were like very low res textures. Like they were pretty bad. I would expect way more from E3 as well. Like
I thought they looked alright.
Seeing as they usually blow their load with graphics in E3, I don't know, a bit underwhelmed.
Yeah. It wasn't anything amazing. I mean, no, I'm sure like Tomb Raider fans are gonna love that. And my friends, I've got friends that played the other one, and they like the look of this one. And it seems pretty. But to me, it seems pretty mediocre. I mean, the trailer at the end looked pretty good, all the environments and stuff.
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
I didn't see too many enemies. It just
they didn't really show much combat or sneaky stuff, did they?
Walking simulator.
Yeah. One thing that struck me was towards the start of the demo, when she was climbing the ice wall, some loads of like rocks and ice fell down towards her, and then it almost hit her, and it just cuts to a cutscene of her being absolutely fine on the cliff, which that didn't sit well for me. So maybe they skipped some QTEs or whatever, but you know.
I found it funny how like she's up this hill with this huge guy, and then if he falls, they're both dead.
Yeah. She cannot hold him up.
Yeah, she can't hold him, but luckily she fell and he was holding him up.
Yeah, that's fine.
And there's a bit where she jumped across and he couldn't, so she just left him.
Yeah, she just ditched him. Right, so we had Rare. So we had the Rare collection, which is awesome because there are so many good Rare games on. Like that's a really good idea. I mean, obviously it's kind of becoming redundant considering backwards compatibility, but I mean, yeah. It's still nice. It's still a good thing to have.
I wouldn't want to. I hate bundles. I hate stuff like this where it's like all these games in one. I'll talk about EA Access in a minute, but. I don't want to play all the games. I don't want to have to be paying for all the games when I only want to play maybe one or two.
I see. Yeah, I do understand that.
Yeah, I mean, unless I knew that there was maybe over half of them that I would play, then maybe that'd be a possibility.
Yeah.
But now with backwards compatibility, there's no way that's gonna stay.
Yeah. Or maybe they probably just won't make those games backwards compatible, you know?
Yeah.
And then we had Rare's other new thing, which was the pirates, the sort of online multiplayer pirate simulator thing.
Yeah, that was online multiplayer. I remember telling someone that it was, and they didn't believe me. But yeah,
because all these NPCs are gonna have like rum drinker 69 above them.
It reminded me the art style. I really like the art style. It looked like Wind Waker.
It does look cool, yeah.
It just looks sick.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll get it, but it looks good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll get it, but it looks really, really fun, and like sort of driving a ship with your friends, and when they push the guy off the plank, that was really cool as well. Though I can't really imagine pushing a guy off the plank actually happening in actual gameplay.
Really?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. It depends.
It must be because it's MMO, so it's not like it's cutscene.
Yeah, maybe the guy tried to betray the rest of the boat or whatever, but you know.
That must be a thing.
There'd need to be some.
Everyone votes for it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there'd need to be some cool sort of mechanics to screw people over to make them jump off the plank and stuff.
Yeah, it's pirates, aren't they? They're mean and horrible.
Yeah, and then we had HoloLens with Minecraft, which looked really, really cool.
Sick.
That looked so cool.
That looked amazing, but the only problem with that is what else am I?
Yeah, I can't think of any real practical uses for it. I mean, projecting the game screen on the wall would be quite cool.
No. I do know something you could use it for. Maybe war games and maybe RTSs and stuff with tanks.
Yeah, an RTS would work.
That'd be pretty sick. But you need a big floor, a big table. Or maybe what are those? Yeah, you know those sort of games where you have a table. It's sort of it's not Dungeons and Dragons, but you know, what's that shop called in Portsmouth?
Oh, what, like Warhammer and stuff?
Yeah, Warhammer and stuff.
Yeah. But that's like an RTS anyway, so.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, and also maybe if they can do this properly, MOBAs. That'd work.
Maybe.
No, that definitely would work because everyone would have their own HoloLens on their face, but you could only see what your character can see, but you could see the whole map.
Right.
So all the bits that you wouldn't be able to see a normal screenplay would just be blank. Covered over.
I just can't imagine it would be that fun to play a proper game while you're standing up and waving your arms at it, you know?
Yeah, you could be sitting down on the floor.
Right.
On a chair. And imagine all your mates over, just all around one table.
All with HoloLenses?
Yeah. And you take your HoloLens off and you just see everyone
Everyone just waving their hands?
Yeah. Around this table.
That would be quite funny.
No, that would definitely work. Okay, I can. The only problem with HoloLens, as soon as I saw it being Asian, I just thought, the price? That's going to be expensive.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Any VR headset is going to be hugely expensive.
Yeah, VR headsets were a big thing in Microsoft's thing, weren't they? They said something about Valve's one and something about Oculus Rift. You're going to have a lot of machines on your hands.
And you wear them all at once.
Yeah.
We had Gears 4 next. What did you think?
Gears 4 was last, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well after Gears 4 I want to talk about some other stuff that was in
there. Yeah.
Gears 4 looked pretty good. I had a couple of problems. No. It went a bit horror-ish. Didn't it?
It did. It was kind of tense, yeah.
It was like all these sacks of alien things,
eggs
and stuff. That was nasty. And they're not as bulky as they were in the other ones.
No, yeah, they're skinny now, aren't they?
This lady was hardly bulky, but she was wearing a beanie and boots up to her knees. She didn't look like she was in a war. And I was just thinking, have they been caught off guard in this scene,
or does she just like wearing a beanie?
Character design?
Well, yeah, but none of them wear helmets anyway. Carmine's the only one in Gears that actually wears proper protective gear.
You wouldn't wear a beanie, and you wouldn't wear knee-high boots. And she looks like an emo.
I'm pretty sure Marcus in the first ones don't even have sleeves. He can just get his arms chopped off or whatever. So I don't think in Gears they're ever really actually conscious about what they're wearing. They just have the big.
Especially stupid.
Right. I thought it was pretty much again very little gameplay. We saw people walking around a lot. And we saw some pretty stuff, but that's pretty much it. And then there was some good old Gears of War banter, which was quite badly written.
I wanted to say, that
literally,
was so bad.
All of it was very, very cliched, and then they fought the monsters. And what I didn't really understand was, in a cover-based shooter, why, like, first off, do these monsters really have a place? Because the game is made, and the controls are made and everything, to be played as a cover-based shooter, so you're meant to be hiding behind cover, taking shots at enemies who are doing the same thing to you. But these things sort of mix it up, which is good, because obviously you're mixing up the formula by having stuff chasing you down and not using cover, so cover doesn't really work. But if all the controls are sort of wired towards a cover shooter, they're just going to be really frustrating to fight, like, because you're not going to be able to turn quickly or anything.
PS3 as well, there was a mode, me and my cousins were playing it, it was like a horde sort of mode, and yeah, it is a bit fiddly sometimes with accidentally taking cover, and when you don't even need it and stuff like that, but because it's the campaign, I guess they can do it too.
The controls are sort of geared towards, say, like, you have enemies in front of you and enemies to the sides, and you're behind this cover. But when that thing can get all around you, it kind of changes stuff. But
I'm guessing they don't take too many shots. No. In the trailer, it looked like they were taking loads of shots and they weren't dying. But I thought it would have been in a situation where it would take a couple of shots for them to die, so you'd see them running up to you.
Yeah.
You have to quickly sort of...
Yeah.
But,
and he did hide behind cover for the start bit, when the thing, like, shot some, like, spikes at him or whatever, but...
And this so far, it doesn't seem very, like, in the middle of a war or anything. It seems like they're on some weird place that's sort of falling apart, and a couple of aliens have landed, not even that many.
There's a big tornado storm thing which pulled a car away, but they were absolutely fine.
Yeah, that was good. It seems more like they were trying to find this one alien, and then it turned into loads.
Yeah.
It seems like on a lower scale than all the other Gears.
So... we had a couple of other sort of announcements sort of scattered about. There was Dark Souls 3, which I can talk about. Really, it can only really be good, to be honest. I mean, it's Dark Souls, it's going to be solid. Hopefully, it's the A team working on it again rather than the Dark Souls 2B team. I'm yet to play Bloodborne, so I assume it's, Xbox's answer to Bloodborne. Like, you don't have to get a PS3 to play more Souls, we got it here. Yeah. So... I don't know. I didn't really pick much up from the trailer, to be honest.
Me neither. Just a huge soldier thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was no actual gameplay, just sort of cinematics and hype building, which is good. Yeah. It's good.
And there was the controller. The new controller. It's finally taken this long for a customizable controller to come around, but
an official
it's not
customizable controller.
Yeah, and it's not a thing where. It comes with the Xbox. I think you're gonna have to go buy it.
No, it costs $150. Retail.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
It depends. How much stuff do you get with it?
I kind of assume that you'd have to buy a lot of the extra parts as well, and I feel like it's very niche sort of. It's good that people can get it and then won't have to send their controller away to be modded, but it's very, very niche.
That's what I'm worried about, though. Like. Are they encouraging modding and stuff like that for like competitive games online, like Halo and Street Fighter? All these people are going to have these modded turbo controllers.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think with those kind of mods, it doesn't give you that much of a competitive edge. It just sort of raises the skill ceiling. Like, it lets people who are really good get even better. So they are going to get a lot of people who aren't very good buying it to try and make themselves better. But
no, I don't think it's. I mean, I like the customization stuff, but the fact that you can change the limit on how much if you press
the trigger limit is cool. Yeah.
Like stuff like modding your controller to make it turbo, to make it press, to make you press the button more than you're actually pressing it.
Yeah,
I hate stuff like that. For competitive stuff like Halo Online and like Street Fighter and all these things that a modded controller can help with, I don't like the idea of it.
I don't know how much that can help in modern games though, to be honest. Like what games?
It will.
What games do you have to mash buttons fast?
No, I mean. Not mash buttons. Well, Street Fighter and any fighting game really is that. But even stuff like shooters and stuff, like even if you
I guess a faster trigger thing.
if you don't have to press the trigger as much as a normal person would to do normal damage.
Yeah.
That's a bit.
It is an unfair advantage. Yeah.
Also, the back of the controller. There were these four weird.
Yeah, those
I don't know what they
buttons,
were.
Aren't they?
They were like some weird sort of tabs or something.
Yeah, I assume they're just for extra macros, like you can set like grenades to them or whatever.
Yeah. I'm just wondering. That's weird.
Yeah, not entirely sure. What? Those aren't on normal Xbox One controllers, are they?
No, they're not.
So yeah, we'll need to have a look at what they're actually for.
And also I want to talk about this stupid EA access.
Well, that's we can save that for the EA conference.
Oh, they said it in the Xbox One. They announced it in the Xbox One. It's like a service for Xbox One so far.
Yeah, we can go over that now. Yeah.
It's sort of like a vault where there's 12 titles in it. It's $5 a month, and you can play all of them. And this is another thing, like the rare thing, but it's even worse because it's $5 a month, and there's only 12 games in it. And okay, there's Titanfall in it, and Dragon Age apparently is going to come to it, but that's still not. I feel like it's just they're just getting desperate. Like,
and almost all of the games that are in there, you could just go down and get for like a $5 at CEX, and
yeah,
like it wouldn't really cost that much to buy these sort of older games anyway. And the newer games that are going to be on it, which you would have to pay sort of 30-40 quid for, they're going to wait a long time before they get on there. Like Dragon Age Inquisition has been half a year since it released.
Yeah.
And I imagine that's quite fast for them as well. Like they're not gonna release Mirror's Edge 2 straight onto it, are they?
It's a possibility. I don't see why not.
I highly doubt it.
I'm guessing they want to build a community, and they want to get people to subscribe. So, I mean, for $5 a month, I don't know if it's worth it or not. But at the same time, for me, it's not, because I don't want to play all of these 12 games. And then the Vault, there's only 12 games.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of the games that are on there, I'm just not really interested in, to be honest.
Also, they had Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare 2, which did you care about?
I didn't really care about. I mean, they had sort of the sort of defend things as a team stuff, which is I've seen that before. That's like Dungeon Defenders or Man vs Machine in TF2. So nothing really blew me away with that one. I don't know. I've never played Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare, so
yeah, I never played Garden Warfare. I played the cool little, what was it? I don't know what to call it. A little mini game sort of app sort of thing.
Well, actual Plants vs Zombies, the original. Yeah.
I played it on Xbox Live.
Really?
That's what I found weird. But
I think I had it on iPhone.
Everyone had it. Yeah, everyone had it on iPhone.
Yeah, that was damn good. This was sick.
But moving on from that, I want to talk about Xbox game preview. Did you hear about this?
No, I don't think so.
Apparently it was Xbox's answer to Steam Early Access.
Right.
It's sort of like I don't really understand it much, but it's like a sort of backing system. So you play the demo of the game, and this game is still in development. And you choose
I see. Yeah, I remember this actually. Yeah, so it's just it's just early access stuff coming to Xbox, but also you get demos for it.
Oh, and then depending on the demo, can you choose to back it or something?
You can. I think it's just a demo, so you just get to choose to buy it or not, which is effectively backing it. It's buying into the early access.
Yeah, that's really weird. But it's a good thing. Like, the closer Xbox are getting to being a PC, the better. With mods, and now with this, it's just another step.
You may as well just buy a PC, Mahin.
No, because money.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. They did their big indie montage. The ones that struck me was mainly Cuphead. Cuphead looks really, really nice.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it literally looks like a 60s cartoon or whatever. Like it's incredible.
Yeah, it looks like really old Mickey Mouse and what's his name? Roger Rabbit. It looks like that.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look really cool. Co-op as well, so we need to get on that.
It looks like a lot is happening in that game. I watched the trailer and just everything is everywhere.
Oh,
yeah. You're
gonna
have to be dodging.
It's because it's like a good old shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the look of that one. The other one that struck me was Ashen, which was one that the people with no faces.
Yeah. I was wondering if that was co-op or not because.
Well, no, the guy died.
No, but before he dies, they're like opening a thing, and it looks like something that could be gameplay.
Yeah, that was gameplay, but I think that was just an NPC doing it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's gonna have co-op.
The man died.
Well, maybe she's maybe in the rest of the game she's just imagining him there, and you're playing
right, I see. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds
because
very accurate.
It does look pretty co-op. I don't know how it's not.
No, because
I don't know why it's not.
The guy said it was all about trying to work out who you can trust and trusting no one and stuff like that. So I reckon it's going to be a lot of cooperating with NPCs.
Oh, it's probably just 2 of her then. It must be. How are they both of them opening the door by doing a little puzzle solving without it being
the other person just does what you do. This has happened in think of Lego Star Wars. In Lego Star Wars, the other character goes and does the rest of the puzzle, don't they? Even though you're doing it, and that doesn't have to be co-op.
The trailer showed it, so I'm still. Yeah. That's the beginning, it's showing you the game. I'm telling you, it must be.
It's
co-op.
not co-op. I can guarantee you.
No,
it's not co-op, man. Go back and watch the trailer right now, and I can guarantee you it's not co-op.
I've watched the trailer already, Dom, and I'm telling you, it's co-op. It needs to be. I don't understand why it wouldn't be if they didn't show it. Why would they show that a little bit of puzzle solving with 2 characters in it without it being co-op?
No.
I mean, mate, you can obviously do the game by yourself, but there must be a bit of co-op in it.
It really, honestly, it isn't.
There's 2 people, dog.
Yeah, there are 2 people, and then one of them dies, and one of them is also an NPC. A third-person action RPG about forging relationships.
There you go. You can't have
players can choose to guide those they trust. It's NPCs, man.
You know what? When is this game coming out?
I don't know. It actually. Okay, wait.
It does watch it. It looks pretty co-op-y.
It looks much cooler now. Actually looking at the website rather than just the trailer. It's open world, high risk combat. I didn't think that was even going to be combat. Giant creatures, non-linear progression. Right, about.
Is there anything about it being?
It says passive multiplayer.
There you go. Told you.
No.
What do you mean no? You can't disagree with the makers of the game.
People you meet out in the world are players with their own agenda.
Told you, dog.
I.
Shut up.
Okay, fine. So maybe there's.
I know my shit.
Get out of here. We're done with this. We're done with E3.
Alright, let me talk about Beyond Eyes. That was another indie game, I really liked the look of it. It was about this blind girl, and she's by herself, and you're literally sort of guiding her through I don't know if you play as her or if it's a sort of point and click sort of thing. Apparently she has to go through the world.
The blind girl, right?
Yeah, she has to go through the world without sight, so you have to click stuff for her to smell and touch and feel and stuff like that. And it's you don't see, there's nothing on the screen apart from her until you click the other things in the game.
Oh, I see what she has to discover.
Yeah. And it's sort of like a watercolour thing. And I remember the lady on the show floor coming up to the front and talking about how it got deep suddenly. She was like,
I'm blind.
We wanted to create it. No, she went blind. She says as she walks off into the crowd off the stage. No, but she's apparently they're trying to I don't know, it's supposed to be deep, it's supposed to be how you can go through life without sight and how the world can be a beautiful place even without sight or something I remember her saying words like that, and it got really deep, and then they showed it and it looked pretty deep.
Okay, alright.
Oh, and there was also the last one they showed of the indie games, Tacoma.
Right.
It was do you remember Gone Home?
Yes, yeah. Is that
it's the same people that did that?
Isn't it? Yeah.
And you're going through a spaceship, and it's
with the AI, isn't it?
Yeah,
seems menacing.
You seem to be finding out stuff about the story, like Gone Home, I guess. So it's just Gone Home in space.
With a
going home.
With a disobedient AI. That's never been done before, has it?
There was Gigantic. Do you remember that?
Gigantic. Which one was that?
It was that sort of. It was a weird art style. It was not a weird art style. It looked a bit cel shady, a bit Wind Wakery, and there was these. There was 4. It was like another Team Fortress sort of thing. It was free to play. It was called Gigantic. it was in Microsoft's thing. It was pretty no one cared about
it. Kind of underwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why everyone's sort of jumping on this weird arena shooter bandwagon all of a sudden. Or not even all of a sudden. I don't understand why they're still trying. Team Fortress is kind of dead by now as well.
Maybe they're trying to. I don't know. I should tell you what I think it is. I think it's coincidence. I think everyone's just happened to think these. Oh, I got an idea. Let's do this unique thing with unique characters, and they'll all have their own abilities.
Yeah, well, at the same time, because there are a lot coming out. There's the Battlecry one. There's Blizzard's in the process of making one.
And now this.
Yeah.
Final thing before we finish Microsoft. Forza 6, another racing game.
Oh, okay. I didn't really pay any heed to it because I'm not that interested in racing games.
The car that sort of came down.
Oh yeah, the descending car. Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't know. I'm glad that it's. I don't know. No, I'm not glad it's there. I don't really care about it, but there has to be a racing game. There's no way to make it better, and even if they do try and add something new in, there's always a risk that it's going to make it worse. So, yeah, new Forza, that's understandable. It doesn't annoy me. Doesn't really faze me really. I mean, at least it's something for the racing fans to play.
Yeah. I think that about wraps up Microsoft, doesn't it?
Yes.
You got a rating for him?
Rating? Only because there was so much filler and so much crap in between all the good stuff. I'd give it a 7.4.
Okay, I went pretty harsh and gave him a 4 because or a 3.5/4 because I'd already seen Fallout, backwards compatibility. All we saw was Mass Effect, which is crap. Nothing from Halo, as far as I'm concerned. The multiplayer looked cool, but the single player literally there was nothing there.
I mean, I'm guessing it was playable at the show floor, so there was
yeah, I guess so. But there was really, Cuphead, Ashen, Dark Souls 3 were the only things I was actually interested in, and none of them are actually Xbox exclusive. So, I mean, good try, Microsoft, but they didn't really sell me on anything.
For me, Warzone looks amazing. It looks sick. I was just hyped for Halo 5. I wanted to see a lot more from Halo 5. But
Gears looked weak, man. I was expecting more.
I'm still happy about that. Yeah, Gears didn't look. No, Gears looked interesting, but there wasn't a lot really happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really get a good feel for the game so far. It just seems a bit quiet at the moment. Backwards compatibility was great.
Yeah, it great.
Wasn't groundbreaking, but it was alright. HoloLens was sick to see.
Yeah, that was really cool to watch. That was a really
see.
Interesting demo, yeah.
And the new IPs, apart from Recall, didn't really care.
Yeah, Recall was the only one that really struck me.
Yeah, Recall and maybe some of the indie games, but Gigantic and Plants vs Zombies, Garden Warfare 2 and all this crap.
Yeah. Alright
That's why I give it 7.4.
Yeah, so that finishes us, doesn't it?
Cool. Next,
Is it EA or Ubisoft?
EA.
Alright then.
So we'll see you in the EA podcast.
See you guys in a bit.